Hello everyone. In this video, we are going to discuss about the inbuilt data structures in Python. Okay. So inbuilt data structures in Python. I already provided notes for this particular topic, so you can just go through it. But in this video, we are going to see the implementation of this in this Python. Okay, using Python. So we are going to discuss four data structures. First one is list, then second one is tuples, third one is which one? Sets, and fourth one is dictionaries. Okay. So we are going to discuss this one by one. Okay. So first list. So what is list here? So list is represented by a square bracket like this. Okay. For example, list one. Okay. Equals to, just put the square bracket. So this list one is act as a variable, and this variable is storing this particular list. Okay. So this represented by a square bracket. Please remember this point. And I can insert any elements here. For example, 1, 2, 5. Okay. I can also insert alphabets also. For example, A, right? Then capital E, for example, right? So I can also insert a string here also. Hello world, right? So this is basically a list. So list can have alphabets also, integers also, and a string also, right? So this is about the list. So one more important thing is that lists are mutable object. Okay, mutable object. So what is mutable? Mutable means we can modify the element present in this particular list. Okay, so lists are the mutable object. So it is ordered, changeable. Changeable means like we can modify the elements, right, in this list. Changeable, and it allow duplicates also. Allow duplicates also, right? For example, this is particular list. Okay, so if I just print this list, so simple print function and use that particular variable list. So if I run this, so you can get, I'm getting a list of this particular elements. So lists are mutable objects, ordered, changeable, and allowed duplicates. So we can modify the element in this particular list. Okay, we are going to discuss few operations also that we can perform on list. But as of now, just remember, list are mutable object. It is ordered. Okay, because we have the indexing concept here. So we'll discuss that in this video only. And it is allowed duplicates also. For example, I can just put 1 comma 1 comma 1. So one are duplicate here, right? So if I even if I run this query, so duplicates are allowed. It is ordered and it is mutable object. Okay. So this is simple regarding the list. Okay. So this is simple regarding the list. Now what about tuples? Now tuples are represented by this particular parenthesis, that is round bracket. Okay. So same thing. T1, I am creating one variable and having the tuple and square bracket, just putting the numbers. Okay, 1, 2, 5, 6. Okay, then A and some capital A, right? Comma, then again capital like this. Now I'm printing this particular tuple. Print T1, right? So just if I run this particular query, you can say I will get the T1 tuple, right? And these are the element of this particular tuple. But what is tuple here? So it is represented by this particular parenthesis or a round bracket, right? But these tuples are immutable object. Immutable means we cannot modify or add or remove any element in this particular tuple. Okay. So these are immutable object. It is ordered and allow duplicates also. Okay. Allow duplicates. But these are immutable, right? And it is unchangeable also. Immutable means unchangeable, right? Unchangeable. We cannot change the value of this particular tuple. Okay, these are unchangeable, ordered, and allow duplicates. And this is immutable object. Okay. Okay, so this is regarding the tuples, and it can have duplicates value same of list, but only thing is that it is immutable, and we represent by using a round bracket. Okay, so this is regarding the tuples and list. Now next is set. Okay, so all the theoretical concept regarding this particular data structure I already provided to you, so you can just go through it. Now what are sets? Set is represented by a particular curly braces. Okay, these are the curly braces. Okay, so this is used to represent a set. I will just creating one variable set1 and just and equal to this curly braces, right? So this is generally used to represent a set. Okay. The one important thing about the sets are mutable. I can add or remove any element in this particular set, but it is unordered. Okay. It is unordered. Remember this. This is order. So sequence is not fixed in particular a set, and it does not allow duplicates also. Does not allow duplicates also, right? And unchangeable also, right? Unordered, unchangeable. For example, my set is 1 2 5, then for example a like this. Okay, like since the sequence is not fixed, since it is unordered, I cannot change the value of this particular thing, because I don't know at what position this particular element is present, right? Because here the order is not fixed. If I just print like this, set1, print set1, right? So it will give me this particular order, right? Okay, so this is set1. So here we can see the elements of this particular set. So sets are mutable, unordered, and it does not allow duplicates, and it is unchangeable because the sequence or or the position of these particular elements are not fixed in set. It is fixed in the list because it is ordered, right? In tuples also it is ordered, but in set it is not there. Okay, so please go through the notes, so that will be enough. Okay, so now discuss about the dictionaries. So dictionary, it is represented by a curly braces, but it is having key value pair. So key 1, value 1, comma, then again key 2, then colon, then value 2. So here key must be unique. Okay, so key must be unique. Value can be duplicate, not an issue, but key must be unique. Okay, so this is basically dictionary. Okay, I am creating one dictionary. Okay, I am creating one variable. For example, dict1 equals to, just curly braces, just put value, just put a equals to 12, and put b corresponding value is 23, and corresponding value of c is basically 45, right? So these are fine. Okay, so main thing about dictionary is it does not allow duplicates keys. Okay, so key must be unique, and it is changeable. I can update the value of any key, okay, at any point of the time. So it does not allow duplicate keys, and it is changeable, but it is order or not. So one important update here for Python 3.7 and above. So this is basically the dictionaries are ordered. Okay, but uh, for Python 3.6, before that dictionaries are unordered. Okay, 3.6 dictionaries are unordered. Okay, so just keep a point, keep a note, but in exam if you have not mentioned any version, so dictionary can you can go with this dictionary or order or not. Okay, so please be careful when answering such type of questions. For Python 3.6, dictionaries are unordered. Okay, so this is regarding the dictionary. So if I just want to print, simply print dict1. Okay, so these are few simple things regarding the tuples, list, set, and dictionaries. Okay. For all the right, for other things, I will suggest you to go through the notes that I have provided. So in that, I have covered the theoretical part of this particular 4 data structures. So please kindly go through it. Okay. So this is regarding the list, tuples, sets, and dictionaries. But how to play with this data structure? Okay. Now let us discuss about the list. So list. So I will create one more list here having element 1, 5, 7, 8, 3, 2, again 3. Okay, so this is basically list. If I want to print this, so print basically list 1, right? So I will get this as a list, right? But what if I want to access this particular element in this list 1? So for that we use the concept of indexing. So index value, index. Okay, so indexing start with 0 in the Python. So starts with indexing starts with 0. 0 means the position of this particular element 1 is 0. Position of this particular element 5 is 1. Position of this particular element 7 is 2 here, right? So if I just print, so how to access this particular index? So for example, just put a print, then the list inside the square bracket, you have to provide the index value. For example, I am putting 2. So it starts with 0, 1 and 2, right? So I should get 7 as an output. Now let's see. I will just comment it. So if I just run this particular query, I'm getting 7 as an output because indexing starts with 0. Okay. If I just put 4 here, so what should be the value? So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So value should be 2, right? Yeah. So simple concept. So based on this, you can expect a question in 8 exam. Not simple, not entirely based on this particular concept, but application of this. So for that, you should know what is indexing or how to access the element in the list. Okay, very, very important concept. So this is about if I want to access any element, any specific element from the particular position. What if I want first 4 element? So in that, what you have to use colon. So just keep the left hand side blank, and if you want just first 3 element or 4 element, just insert that. Okay. So I'm inserting the 4. So blank colon 4. So what are the elements? So 1, 5, 7, 4. Right. So I am getting the element from position 0, 1, 2, 3. So remember this point. If I put a blank colon 4, so I will get the items. So I will get the elements from position 0 to n minus 1. So where n is 4, right? So I will not get the element at the position 4, right? No. 0, 1, 2, 3 only. Okay. I am getting the first 4 element till the position 3 because indexing start with 0, right? Till indexing start with 0. But if I want to access like accept the first element, then just put 0 colon 4. So if I put 0 colon 4, I will get the same things. If I put 1 colon 4, I will get 5, 7, 8. So I will get the values from this particular position 1. So this is included. Okay. So this will include the element from this particular position 1, but it will not include this 4. Okay. So value will include from index position and to m minus 1. So if I generalize this particular concept, if we have list in the square bracket n colon m, so it will consist the values. So it will consist the elements, for example, elements at position n to m minus 1. Okay, n to m minus 1. Please remember this point. So 1 colon 4 means from 1. So 0 is 1, right? From 5, it is basically a position is 1. 7, so index value is 2. 8, index value is 3, right? So 4 minus 1 is basically 3. So I will get the 3 elements. So remember this particular concept. So this is called a slicing of the list. Okay. So this concept is called a slicing of the particular list. So in this way, we can access the element in the particular list. Okay, if you want to access any specific element at specific position, so you can simply mention the index number. But if you want to access the element, for example, for a specific index value, so you can have that. So you can just directly put it. Like for example, 1 colon 4. So you'll get the values at the position 1, 2, and 3. Okay. So this is regarding the list. So what about tuples? So tuple. So I'm creating a tuple T1 having represented by a round bracket, and elements are 2, 3, 5, 6, 8. Right. Now these tuples are also ordered, right? So if I want to print T1, so I will get all the tuples, right? Here you can see. But can I put like this indexing 2? What should be the output? 5, right? So here indexing also start with a 0. So 0, 1, 2. So at position 2, the element is 5. Okay. Same thing, same slicing we can do. 1 colon 4. So I will get this 0 position, right? So 1, 2, 3. So I should get 3, 5, 6 as the output. So 3, 5, 6 as a output, right? So this is regarding the tuples. Okay. But what we have discussed previously, lists are mutable object and tuples are immutable objects, right? So let's try to update the value of any particular order, okay, in this list one. Okay, if I want to update the value of this particular 7, so instead of 7, I want 17, okay? So its index value is 0, 1, 2. So I want to update the value at an index 2 for this particular list, right? So I can simply use list in the square bracket 2 equals to put 17. Okay, 17. right? So it is list 1, right? 17, right? So now if I want to print list, so print list 1, right? List 1. So what should be the output? Okay, print is small p. Okay, print. So here you can see 1, 5, 17. So value of this particular position, index position 2, got updated to 17. So list are mutable object. I can update the value at any specific position in the list. Okay. So how to update? So just put the index number. So just put the index number and the corresponding value. If I want to update this particular one, so instead of 1, I want 10. So simply put index position, index value, that is basically 0, and just put 10. So just run it. Here you can see 10, right? So you can see updated list. So this is how we can update the value in the particular list. So list are mutable object. But what about tuple T1? Can I do same thing with this particular tuple? So let's try to do. So T1 2 equals to, instead of 5, I want 15, for example. 15, okay? Then print T1. Now let's see what we will get. So we are getting an error. Tuple object does not support item assignment, right? So because these are immutable objects, we cannot modify any elements or we cannot change any element in the tuple, right? So that's why we are getting an error, right? So it means I cannot update or I cannot change any value in this particular tuple once I have created a tuple, okay? So please remember this particular point, okay? Now what about list? Can I update? So can I add or remove any element from the list? Yes, I can do that. So what is the function for that? Right. So I can add or insert any element in the list. Okay. So for that we have insert. Okay. So list dot insert. Okay. So list dot insert function is there and list dot append is there. So how it works, we'll discuss that. Suppose I have this list L1, right? I'm using append function, right? So inside the append, list one dot append. Okay. If we use append function, so function is represented by this parenthesis. Okay. Whatever the element I will add in this particular function, for example, 5. Okay. So this 5 will get added in this particular list L1. Okay. And let me just comment it out, this particular print. Yeah. So if I just run this, so let me print list 1 again here. So you can see the previously it was not appended, but at this particular line I have appended the 5. So I'm getting the element 5 at the last position. Okay. So remember this point, if you are using append function to add an element in the list, it will always get added to the last position. Okay. But if you want to add a particular element at a specific position, for that you can use insert function. So insert, then just use the curly brace, just use the parenthesis, then you have to mention the position number. Okay, so for example, this 0 1 2 3 4 5 6 7, right? So at the position 7 it is 5. So what if I want to insert, for example, 50 at a position 7? So put 7 comma 15, right? So if I will uh, comment this, if I just run this now, so what I will get here. So value of that particular element at the specific position got updated to 15, right? If I want to update the value at position, for example, this one, instead of 5, I want 15. So just put 1, right? So at index position 1, the value will get updated to 15, right? So simple as that, right? So I will just comment this out. Right, so here you can see the value at this particular index position got updated to 15. Okay. So this is about the insert function and append function. Okay. I hope you understand this particular concept. So again, I'm commenting it. Okay. So this thing also I will comment. Yeah. Now, if you want to remove the element from, right? So removing the elements, right? So removing the element in the list, removing the elements from the list, Okay. So how to remove the element from the list? That is basically, yeah. Simply put, we have list one dot remove function we have, and just put any number. If you want to remove any value, for example, I want to remove Okay, let's print a list one first. Let's see what are the list values. Okay, so I have this list one L1, so I have comment everything. So list one not get printed. Okay, so it is 1578223 only, right? Now, if I want to remove any element, for example, I want to remove 7 from the list. So simply mention 7. It will remove the element 7 from this particular list. Okay, for example, this one, right? So if I remove, okay, now just simply print it, print list one, how to check whether it is removed or not. So here you can say I've removed the element from 7. But what if there are multiple 7 here? So what happened in this case? So you can see 2 are there, right? So it will remove the first instant from the list. So from the left hand side, whatever the elements are there, it will get removed. Okay. For example, I will just add a 2 here, right? Right. Now if I want to remove 2, okay, first let me comment it down, then we are running it, right? So here you can say I've added 2 in the index position 1. Now if I want to remove 2 from the list, so which 2 will get removed from this particular list? At which position? This position or this position or this position. So please remember this important points. You can expect this simple example. If I just run this query, so which at which position this element will get removed, right? So if I just run this, so if you observe the first occurrence of this particular position 1, so it will get removed from this particular position 1. Okay. So this is how we can remove any specific element from the list. But what if we want to remove a element from index value, right? For example, list one. So in that case, you have to use pop function. Pop, then just insert any, just put any index value. For example, I want to remove this particular value. Okay, so let me comment it out first. Let me check the list. So we have this list, right? Now I am using the pop function to remove the element from the index value 3. Okay, sorry, not 3, 2. So if I just run this query, so 5 will get removed, right? Here you can observe. So this will remove remove the elements, remove the elements, remove the elements from index position. Okay, and this will remove the first occurrence of element, because it can have duplicates, right? So this will remove the first occurrence of element, like from 2, and this will remove from the index. Okay, remove the elements from the, I will just generalize to n, remove from the n index position. Okay, remember this point. So that's it from this particular list, and then we cannot do anything with the tuple. So tuples are immutable object. Once you have created a tuple, you cannot modify that particular tuple. Okay, so that's it from this particular lecture. We have discussed about tuples and list. In the next video, we are going to discuss about sets and various set operation in the Python and dictionaries. Okay, thank you.